following interview is being conducted for the Baltimore Neighborhood Heritage Project in the Hampden community. The interviewee is Mrs. Hester Worden. The interviewer is Susan Hawes. The date is the 27th of April, 1979. We're at 909 West 37th Street.
She went to living at this big old house down on 36th Street, and there's where her children was born there. And even down to her was born there. So then, there was a great big old house up there. It was Mr. Paul Chenoweth's father. He was an undertaker, and he had an undertaker place down there. And he died, and they gave it up. And they just, but the house was going down and going down. So Dad took the house over, and we didn't have to pay any rent. And he fixed it up.
Where was the house?
That was down on 36th Street, down, as we call it, the bottom.
In the hollow.
Down the hollow, down the bottom. And, because Ash Street went run a long ways. It was between 36 and Ash. And that was a three-story house on one side, and then it had a small level, just like two rooms on each. There was like one room here and one room was set on the other side. And my brother used to have a club room in one of them. And in summertime, my mother sold snowballs and ice cream and stuff in the other one. But we didn't use them. But we used the other part. And I need to tell you, it was an old house, and Dad fixed it up good enough to live in. And when it rained or anything, because the wind would blow, the old curtains would blow and blow and blow, and we didn't know whether it was the undertaker coming back after or what. So then there used to be a hill. The house set up on like a hill. It was a hill, and there was a ditch there. And we were warned not to go sleigh riding down over that hill. And her mother went out and went sleigh riding, and my mother and them didn't know it. She was sent to the store, and she got a ride on a sleigh, or took her sled out or something. Anyhow, instead of going to the store, she took a ride on the sleigh, and she went over in the ditch. And she cut her leg right here on the bone. Man, I'm telling you, she had an awful scar, didn't she? And I was never allowed a sled. They would never get me a sled on that account. And I was warned not to go down over that hill on a sled. Well, I didn't go down that hill, but I went down the one from up above by Buena Vista and sleigh riding down there. And they wouldn't let me have a sled. But you know what I'd done? We used to have an old dish pan, so down on the back porch, and we'd take ashes up in from the stove, you know. I'd sneak that pan out as I was supposed to go to the store. And if I was a little long coming home, I'd say the store was crowded. I couldn't get waited on. That's what I did. I sleigh ride in the dish pan. I mean, we had a carnival down there. And then they had they roped the place off there for the band. Had a big band down there. Her father played in it.
That was Arnold's band.
And then they had dancing all down there on the cement road. And then we had what they call Parish's Moving Van. And we made a bus out of a bus that we take, like a small rides, we call them, all around Hampden, around through Hampden. And they had carnivals along 36th Street, the churches.
Carnivals?
And many times we went to carnivals. And then they had the open air movie down here, where Sandler's used to be. It was an open lot, and they had open air movie there. If it rained, they'd give you a rain check, and you could go over to the other movie. And they'd have the moving pictures, but after the movies was over, they'd give you a vaudeville. And that only cost you 15 cents, 10 or 15 cents.
What was the vaudeville like?
Like going to a regular theater and the real actors is on there. They'd have some good vaudevilles. The kids used to love to go in there. And
Did they show you a play?
they'd show you a regular movie, and then they'd have a regular acting on, real people would be out dancing and different things, you know.
Do you remember a favorite movie in those days that you really liked?
Favorite what?
A movie that you really liked in those days?
It was just like Pearl White and all them Western shows, you know, and Tom Mix and all them kinds.
You said you had some beaux when you were a young woman. Where did you go for a date?
Well, we had been, me and my girlfriend had been over Carlin's Park. And these two fellows walked up to us in the park. And he said to us, if we walk around with you girls? And she looked at me and I looked at her. I said, I don't care. She don't. But we were by ourselves, you know. And so they walked around. We was ready to come home. They said, how about we take you home? I said, I don't know. I said, so I go to a walk from here. I said, sometime we ride home in a cab. They said, well, whatever you want to do. I said, well, we'll walk home. We walked down Woodbury Avenue, and they took her. I had to pass her house to go home, and we both left them at her gate. And I lived down Baldwin Street, down further. And I was a great one that I didn't like it down there, see. And I was ashamed to take the boys down there. And I always stopped them on the corner. My daddy gave me the devil for that. Oh, he tore me up for that. He said, this home is good enough for you. It's good enough for your friends. And I want you to cut that out. So,
Why didn't you like to take them there?
because I didn't like it down where I lived. And so anyway, I stopped them at her gate. So then they wanted to make another date with us. And we made a date with them. We went out to Carlin's with them.
think that Hampden's very different now from the way it was when you
Oh
were
my,
growing up?
yes, it's changed a lot. Every generation has come into this community, it's made it different. Well, when I was little, even when I was a young girl, we wouldn't let a colored person light in Hampden. You had to bid your hat. It wasn't too awful long ago, the colored family moved in down here on Hickory Avenue. Man, they moved in tonight, the next night they were gone. They'd have stoned them out. Now it's different.
Are there black families who live in Hampden now?
I don't think there's any blacks living in here, but they go to school here.
Why do you think that changed?
Well, the times has changed, you know what I mean, and the people's changed, and that's what it is.